Explore the world of sports in Vermont and beyond with the Sports Report. Hi, I'm Mitch Wertlieb. Join me for a new weekly show from Vermont Public, covering the teams, athletes, and stories that shape sports across our region.
Find the Sports Report on YouTube or wherever you get podcasts.
From Vermont Public and the NPR Network, this is Brave Little State. I'm Sabine Poux. Ice fishing is a reason to be outside during a season when you really need a reason to be outside. It's an antidote to going stir-crazy, getting cabin fever, or falling into a winter depression. And for some, it's also time to be completely alone. And crucially, ice fishing is a way to embrace the ice that becomes unavoidable in the winter, instead of hiding out and waiting for it to pass. And perhaps nowhere else in Vermont is ice less avoidable than on the Champlain Islands. One of those islands is North Hero, where about 900 full-time residents follow stark seasonal rhythms. During summers, the island overflows with tourists before emptying out into slow, brooding winters. And as that pendulum of extremes swings, the physical landscape around North Hero also changes. During particularly cold winters, like the one we're having now, the ice that forms on Lake Champlain makes it so that the island isn't so much of an island anymore. The lake becomes this extra ground on which to walk the dog, to go ice skating. And for the really brave, it's a road. Head to the shore on a winter day and you'll see ice fishermen driving their trucks out onto the lake in pursuit of perch or pike. Here in North Hero, it seems like most people have at one point or another been an ice fisherman, even if they don't fish anymore. Like Laura Jacoby, who runs a sweater studio in town.
We would go out with my grandfather, and, you had little shanty and everything. Some people had little wood stoves in there and everything. And my grandfather would fall asleep. And so a big joke, we would just tug on his line, and he'd be like, oh!
Next door, it's breakfast time at Heroes Welcome, the post office/general store that's the centerpiece of town. Visiting fishermen trickle in alongside locals to buy egg sandwiches and hand warmers. And they pick up beer next door at Kramer and Kin, the island's brewery.
I've had the pleasure to meet a couple different ice fishing groups coming through.
Owner Heather Kramer says beer and fishing go together like peanut butter and jelly.
There was a father-son yesterday evening, and then there's been a bunch of different troops of friends going out, and they often stock up on some beers and then enjoy a couple libations while they're here in preparation the night before. So really, the commitment to the craft starts early.
Here, in this place enclosed in ice, this is how you survive winter. You lean in and you live with the ice. But that comes more naturally for some than others.
Well, when I moved to North Hero about 20 years ago, I was struck by how in the wintertime people would go out on the ice and go fishing. And to me, coming from New York City, this was unthinkable.
This is David Erich. He's our question asker, and we're sitting in his Subaru at a boat launch just outside of town. Even though David has lived on this island for 2 decades, he feels like he's still earning his stripes. Understanding ice fishing, for him, is a part of that.
And so my question was, as somebody who's learning how to live in Vermont, how do they know when it's safe to go out on the ice? And how do they know when they have to stop?
Are you curious at all because you think this is something you'd ever want to try?
I can't imagine going ice fishing. I mean, I love the ice, right? And it's incredibly beautiful. And the lake freezes over where I am, and it's really wonderful to go walking out on the ice. I regularly go snowshoeing on the ice, and my favorite time to go snowshoeing on the ice is at night when there's a full moon.
But you would never drive a truck onto the ice.
Drive a truck? Drive anything, I mean, it's unbelievable.
From the parking lot, David and I see a row of trucks about a quarter mile out. and ice shanties with chimneys coming out of the roofs. It's like a little village on the ice.
People tell me that some of them have like generators and heaters.
Yeah.
You know, they have Wi-Fi and television.
What would you put in your shanty?
I don't think I'd have a shanty.
You would just be braving it on a bucket?
If I were going to do it, I would be out on a day nice enough to sit on a bucket.
That's right.
If I needed a shanty, I wouldn't be out there.
That's a good point. That's a really good point.
He wouldn't be out here, he says. And yet, on one of the coldest days of the year so far, David is about to go fishing. That's when we come back.
Support for Brave Little State comes from Sunset Lake Cannabis, serving up sun-grown cannabis products throughout Vermont. The farmers at Sunset Lake Cannabis know cultivating a sustainable community involves supporting independent journalism. Find a retailer near you at sunsetlakecannabis.com. Cannabis use may slow reaction time. Never drive after using. Learn more at letstalkcannabisvt.com. And the Vermont Fish and Wildlife Department, with the belief that catching a glimpse of a soaring bald eagle reminds us that we can accomplish great things when working together. Check off the Non-Game Wildlife Fund during tax time to help conserve Vermont's wildlife.
You ready?
David and I step out from the comfort of the heated car and head toward the lake, where dozens of sled and tire tracks branch through crunchy snow in all manner of directions.
Wow, hopefully someone in this group of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 fisher groups will talk to us.
In the winter, at least in really cold winters like this one, walking onto the lake is almost like walking out onto the moon. Or the desert, maybe. The wind creates these new topographies of bare ice and blowing snowdrifts. The sky is so big and so blue above. It's almost dizzying. We first encounter Gary, a fisherman from across the lake in New York, who says he's been out here every weekend since Christmas.
I come out when there's like 3-4 inches. I don't know. I check it. I've been doing this, I don't know, since I've been about 8-9 years old. So I've been coming over here. So I kind of know it. I hope to know it, you know, but you never know.
Yeah.
It's always the chance you take, right?
Right.
Every time you come out, you never know.
Gary's sitting on a bucket with just one glove on, his fishing hands exposed to the elements.
I don't never get cold.
You never get cold?
No. No. This is what I live for. I just like to fish, peace and quiet, relax, enjoy myself.
What do you tend to think about when you're out here?
Just fishing. You're not going to put me on TV, are you?
No, we're not with you.
A lot of ice fishermen, I've learned, would rather just be left alone. But Gary is out here with a friend, his buddy Mark.
We're 57 years old. We've been neighbors all our life, and that's all we do is fish and hunt.
That's
Work, fish and hunt. We got out here at 8, and we'll probably fish until 4:30, 5 o'clock.
Wow. What do you bring for lunch?
Nothing.
Nothing?
No.
You don't eat out here?
Not while I'm fishing.
So you're pretty dialed in.
I like to be, yeah.
Sorry we're disrupting your...
No, that's all right. But I mean...
It's all right, he says, as he gets up and walks away. A few dozen yards over, there's a scene playing out with an entirely different energy.
There's a whole party going on here.
A guy rides a motorized sled around 2 big tents, one of which spews smoke out of a makeshift chimney.
Yeah, you want us to come out?
Yeah, or no, unless you have room in there.
Lee Hutchinson of Burlington unzips the shanty door, and friends start streaming out like it's a clown car. Some of them aren't even wearing jackets, like Matt Hutchinson of Fletcher, who's just in a hoodie.
We had to keep opening up the doors and the windows.
Because it's too hot in there?
Too hot.
Wow.
This is a pretty luxe setup. There's a wood stove, a grill, and even a bathroom. Cider is warming up on a stove.
We've been planning it for a month at least.
And all around the tent, in every direction, are tip-ups, an automatic fishing device that gets planted into fishing holes. It has a reel and a hook on the low end, and a spring-activated flag on the other, so when a fish is hooked, the flag pops into the air. You know, so fishermen don't have to put down their beers to catch fish.
Sometimes if you got like a friend over there, you can still like check your tip-ups and you can go say hi to those people and go say hi to those people. And it's a real social event.
They're not the only ones fishing this way. We leave this bay and drive over to the other side of the lake, where there's a group of anglers out in front of the Lakeview Lodge.
Yeah.
Grateful Dead plays from a speaker, and a bottle of Jägermeister stays cool in a snowbank.
That's the last of what we got left.
Tim Plord and his family are visiting for the weekend from Massachusetts and staying at the lodge. And I have to say, their shanty setup blows the other out of the water.
Yeah.
And I see you got a double wide here.
Yeah, the double one's giant. That's like an 8-person, and these are like 2 or 3 persons. And we got tables and grills and all kinds of good stuff.
For the men in this family, this is the annual family reunion. Tim says they left their sisters and wives and girlfriends at home.
No, it's too cold. They don't want to come up. Plus, they leave us alone for the weekend, and we come up and just kind of get away from it.
Do they worry about you guys out on the ice?
Oh, yeah, they call us, text all the time. They're always worried.
About you falling in?
Yeah, mostly.
And what do they do while you're up here?
Probably happy we're gone for the weekend.
I have about one more stop in me before my fingers freeze.
Carey Bay is this way.
Okay.
So this is
David and I get back in the car and drive a few minutes over to a spot on the island's east shore. We pull over and walk past a handful of empty summer cottages. Then we see 2 hunched figures sitting atop buckets several yards out onto the lake.
Oh, hi there.
These guys have found the middle ground between the fishermen we've met so far. Their setups are simple, but they do have a motorized auger to drill holes through the ice. And they're all bundled up against the cold.
So, heated gloves, battery operated, heated socks, battery operated.
Tim Corriveau and his friend Jay Deveneaux live in Colchester.
How would you describe him as a fishing buddy?
He's an idiot. No. No, he's a good guy.
Jay grew up fishing in West Addison by the Lake Champlain Bridge. And Tim runs a fishing Facebook group meant to get people out into the lake in the winter.
When you're sitting at home wondering if you're going to come out here, without having tested
we actually have a rule for that. So we're not the first ones on the ice. Okay? That's the rule. So if we drive up here and we look out and there's ice, no one's out here, we go to the next place where there's actually people already on the ice.
You let other people test it for you.
Absolutely. I'm a working man. I gotta work the next day. The last thing I want to do is fall in. I've never fallen through the ice in my entire life.
Knock on wood.
Yeah,
never.
That's something to be proud of. Wow.
It's a hard strategy to argue with. Don't be the first one on the ice. But somebody has got to be the first one, right? And how do they know when it's safe? That's when we come back. The town of North Hero's tiny, and from a mile out on the lake, looking back toward the shore, it appears even tinier.
Family farm is right there. It's not a farm anymore, but...
Mike Murdoch is looking back at the village where he spent his whole life, and it's where he plans to spend the rest of it, too.
I'm not leaving.
Are you going to be buried here?
Oh, yeah.
Do you have a plot picked out?
My mother, in her infinite wisdom, set us all up with plots. So, local cemetery with the rest of the fam. And
Mike's a fourth-generation islander, and his family's stayed close. His sister runs an antique shop in town, in the building that used to be his grandfather's bait shop. It's just down the road from the boat shop where Mike works. That job, and his gig as North Hero's fire chief, usually keep him really busy. But he's got the month of February off work, which means he has more time to come out and fish.
How would you describe, what the ice looks like today?
Well, with the sun, it's bright. Got some blue sky, a little bit of cloud cover, but if you can't enjoy it, then you go somewhere warm. That's it. If you don't like this, go somewhere warm.
Mike knows this sort of climate isn't for everyone, but it seems to suit him, and he's got the right gear to make it work. He comes out here on this little truck that's like a golf cart with big, chunky tires.
Yeah, I've had it for quite a while. Beats walking.
Yeah.
And he's swaddled in a puffy camo float suit. It's warm and buoyant.
If you should go in, at least gives you a fighting chance.
How thick is the ice right here?
Right here, we're, I don't know, like 14, 15 inches of ice. So it's been a really good year for ice formation.
How do you know when it's safe to drive your rig out onto the ice? Well, everyone sort of starts out on foot. Vermont Fish and Wildlife suggests waiting for 3.5 to 4 inches of ice for walking or skating, and 8 inches for a snowmobile or an ATV. That's if the ice is clear, by the way. Those guidelines double if the ice is white or opaque, the state says. And for trucks, like question asker David was wondering, the common wisdom is 12 inches. Mike recommends 16, though he won't take out anything that's heavier than his wheeler.
Some guys are a little braver than others, but I typically, if there's a foot or more, I'll take my wheeler out.
Mike says it's important to ask around for intel and to check the ice as you drive, because under that crunchy layer of snow, it's not uniform. Sometimes ice flows collide with each other and create pressure ridges, like tectonic plates forming mountains. And at those points, there's a risk of open water.
Even a year like this year, where we've got extreme temperatures, the ice can still be, unpredictable.
And when the ice gets really unpredictable and things go wrong, it's Mike's fire department that gets the call. As if on cue, a distant motor cuts through the stillness.
That's our airboat that you're hearing. That's the fire department's airboat.
The airboat is for rescues. The department bought it a few years back after they had to rescue a dog out on the ice and had a hard time getting back to shore on foot. It's like one of those Star Wars land cruisers or a boat you'd see in the Everglades. Its propeller whirs in the back as it glides atop the ice.
Hi!
This morning, the boat's not out for a rescue. It's making a trail for an upcoming ice festival. Chris Retz, one of Mike's assistants at the fire department, hops out.
But people are out fishing right now. On the opposite side of all these islands is about 4 or 5 people fishing right now.
Mike and Chris say they haven't done any ice rescues yet this year. The ice has been good, and besides, most accidents happen in late winter when the ice is thawing.
How many rescues are you guys doing in a year?
It varies year to year. A number of years ago, the ice conditions were terrible, and we had 3 fatalities in 4 days?
In 3 days. I think it was Thursday was one, and then Saturday morning was the next 2.
Were they people from here?
One was local, 2 were from out of the area, but were die-hard ice fishermen and very well known in the fishing community.
That's horrible.
Yeah, it was pretty sad, it just...
Have you guys gone in before?
Yes.
Were you fishing?
Yes. It was late in the year, and the ice was just terrible, and I was much younger. And, I went up to about my chest, and I scrambled and popped right out again. So.
Wow, that's like a haunting experience to have.
It makes you think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, of course, now I'm in a float suit.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Chris hops back into the airboat, and it glides away, back out into the icy expanse. Mike grabs a small fishing pole out of the back of his rig. He ties a lure.
Some guys call it a jig, but the Canadian fishermen that used to come down school us on these things, and they're called divots.
We lower the line into the hole and then jiggle it up and down.
It's like playing with a cat.
And up and down and up and down.
Sometimes they like it moved a lot, and sometimes they don't want it moved at all. Fish have moods too. They can be temperamental, I'll say that.
Temperamental indeed. The perch are slow to bite. But the kind of ice fishing Mike does isn't just about catching.
Well, if you don't stay active, you get the doldrums, the winter blues.
Well, what happens in a winter when it's like bad ice? Do you get super depressed?
No, there's always something to do. There's always ice. Somewhere there's always ice.
What do you tend to think about while you're out here?
Oh, God. Anything that comes to mind. It's some of life's problems are solved while we're fishing.
What's like the last epiphany you had while you were out on the ice?
Oh, God. I dare venture a guess.
What about being out here like allows you the clarity to solve your problems?
I mean, look at it. There's no distractions. You know, it's a beautiful day. I mean, how can you not just, in your mind, if you can't solve some of what's going on, then you better find something else to do or somewhere else to do it.
Oh, do you have something?
Yeah.
Finally, Mike catches a fish.
You've got a perch.
Yep, yellow perch. Average size one.
It's greenish yellow with dark stripes and orange fins. After a few minutes, Mike catches 2 more. They flop around on the ground by his fishing hole. That's about the extent of the excitement. This peace of mind that comes from fishing, that draws Mike to the sport, it's partly found in these pockets of stillness. Mike's a deer hunter, and he says the draw is similar.
You just kind of soak it all in while you're... Oh, it's kind of small. We'll let him go. Let him go to grow a little bigger.
That's nice of you to give him a shot.
Yep. Everybody deserves a shot.
One more thing. A few weeks after fishing in North Hero, I got a message from David Erich, our question asker. On one warm February day, this guy who said he couldn't imagine ice fishing went ice fishing with a friend of a friend. And better yet, he caught something.
It was just a wee, tiny little perch, and it was not much for eating. And as the rest of the school wasn't biting, we ultimately threw it back in the fishing hole. So how did it feel? Well, I guess I realized that it wasn't really about the fish per se, or even fishing, as much as it was just about being there in nature and making a new friend.
Thanks so much for listening to the show, and thanks to David Erich for the great question. You can find photos from our days fishing in North Hero on our website, bravelittlestate.org. That's also where you can sign up for our newsletter, parse through our ever-growing archive of episodes, and it's where you can submit your own questions about Vermont and its people. And by the way, if you want more information on ice safety, Vermont Fish and Wildlife has guidelines on its website. We'll link to those in the show notes. This episode was reported and produced by me, Sabine Poux. Additional editing and production from the rest of the Brave Little State team, Burgess Brown and Josh Crane. Angela Evancie is our executive producer. Ty Gibbons composed our theme music. Other music from Blue Dot Sessions. Special thanks to Kevin White and Andy Julow. Brave Little State is a production of Vermont Public and a proud member of the NPR Network.